Welcome to the Carousel Express podcast, Screen, Children, and Us. One day, my 9-year-old, when talking to her friends, casually said, "My mom loves her phone. Once on it, she transitions into another world." I was shocked, stunned, and all of these emotions when I heard that. This is what my child had observed after I having strict rules for screen time for our home and her. But that comment also made me self-reflect, and I went and checked my screen time on my phone. And surprisingly enough, the hours on the phone scrolling was eye-opening for me. Agreed that a percentage of the time was work-related, emails, calls, text, etc. But also a lot of it was an Insta, Facebook videos, and general social media scrolling. I immediately decided to make a conscious effort on capping the scrolling through social media. Why? Because I do not want to model this behavior for my child when she gets a phone in her teens. Knowing her, she will surely say, "You do it, then why can't I?" Change starts from you. This argument about screen time and its disadvantages has been ever so popular. You Google screen time and it will flood with blogs, research reports covering a varied range of opinions and facts. From completely scaring you with research on brain damages due to screen exposure to top neuroscience research where it will say why screen actually helps children learn faster and better. There is enough material content out there for you to be confused on what to do with this friend and foe in our lives. Being a parent, teacher, and having read a lot of research papers on this particular topic, I have gathered a lot of observational points which has led me to make this podcast. A holistic view of screen in our daily lives. From us adults to children in our houses, everyone loves watching and engaging in different types of screen time. So there is no pure black and white view on this. There are shades of gray, and you have to decide what shade of gray you want to be. Let's start from the basic understanding what a screen time is. From there, we'll move on to different types of screen time. What combination of screen time should you be using at your home for your child? And towards the end, understand as an adult how you should cater to these screen times. Screen time is defined as time spent using any device such as a computer, video games, tablets, television, etc. This could mean you are using these devices for leisure, work, studies, games, connecting with loved ones, anything. Screen time is now categorized into active and passive. Active screen time consists of using devices for work, learning, engaging in active play, for example, video games, YouTube videos to learn drawing, working out, educational and work apps on your phone and tablets. While passive screen time is when we are just consuming the content on a device in a sedentary style. So in short, watching TV, YouTube series, binge watching Netflix, scrolling through TikTok videos, etc. all comprise of passive screen time. When categorized this way, it's easy to differentiate that active screen time is better than passive screen time. So do you let your child indulge in active video gaming for long hours? Is that okay? And as long as you're watching YouTube videos and learning something, it's fine to be in front of the screen for hours together? The answer is not really. Categorization of these screen times help us broadly differentiate on what is acceptable and what should be limited in our household. Balance is the key. Let's start at how screen time should look for different age groups, from babies to adults, 0 to 2-year-olds. In this age group, you really don't need any exposure to screen. Apart from maybe video calls with parents, family, friends, the screen time needs to be absent. This is the time the brain is developing faster than ever. There is enough research that shows that passive screen time has damaging effects on the brain. Babies don't really engage with screens and devices so much as just passive watching or randomly clicking. So screen for this age group is an absolute no-no. This age group needs to be engaged with a lot of family time, outdoor environment, playing with sensory toys, etc. 3 to 5-year-olds. A general guideline for engaging in screen time for this age group is no more than 1 hour a day. I would still strongly suggest not to engage into any sort of screen over the weekdays. These age group children go to preschools, parks, and that's the kind of engagement they truly need. But every family is different, and screen time sometimes is a way to get some downtime for parents to catch up on their chores and activities. In that case, giving a 30-minute passive screen time and 30 minutes of active screen time per day is where the line should be drawn. I would still maintain zero screen time on weekdays and enjoy an hour of screen time during weekends is the best possible alternative. 6 to 11-year-olds. In this world of technological advancement, school-age children engage in a lot of devices and screen time even during school hours through instructional videos, adaptive learning apps, etc. As a teacher, I have come across a lot of parents asking me questions about screen usage at school. What I tell them is that it's not just the screen, but how you're using that screen that's important. When you're using instructional videos or apps for testing, kids enjoy that exercise, ultimately engaging and learning the concept well. So using the technology to your advantage is key. I would also emphasize that using the technology, not overusing it, is equally important. Coming back to what this age group screen usage looks like. Passive watching for up to 30 minutes a day and 30 minutes of active screen time includes games, learning on apps, etc. While weekends can be capped at twice as long. While these times are generally acceptable durations, I would, with my own experience, say that these can be minimized furthermore to have zero passive screen times on weekdays, understanding that this is an age where children can find the love for technology, curiosity for it, learning to code, learning to tinker should be encouraged. During this school-going age, where the accessibility to devices and internet increases, it is crucial to educate children about digital citizenship and keeping parental controls on devices at home. There are numerous apps out there which help with setting these parental controls. Ages 12 and above, the teen age. Understanding this age with compassion is very, very important. Understanding there is just too much going on with the body, mind, and outside the world. Being in this age group in this world can be overwhelming. Too much digital exposure, Insta, TikTok, Snapchat, and many more new ones coming every other day. Body image issues, gratification, raging hormones, access to too much information. When you think of all this, it seems scary. I sure get scared as I see my child going towards that age. At this age, restricting screen times, putting your parent foot down, all of it doesn't necessarily work. So setting these disciplines at younger age could possibly make it easier for children when they enter the teenage. Keeping an open communication channel for your children is very important. Educating them about digital citizenship, filtering the information out there. What do you believe? How do you weigh and differentiate facts from opinions? What social media does and can do? What is a digital footprint? All of this needs to be communicated with our teenagers. Being adept with evolving technology and explaining the pros and cons of these innovations, explaining the advantages along with educating about the pitfalls will empower our youth to make right choices. Being available to your child to talk their minds out without being judged is very important. You will notice that the whole game of the screen time keeps getting complicated in proportion to your increasing age. And that's precisely why starting screen discipline at early ages is important. If the child early on itself is more engaged into reading, playing outdoors, the more the chance that these children will be less lured to screen and devices. Start young. As soon as your child is born, understand that exposure to devices is inevitable. Cameras on phone, texting, working on computers, a child is observing and gathering all this information from day one. The love and attraction towards devices cannot be restricted. As an adult, you cannot be on your phone watching Insta videos and tell the children not to watch or engage in screen time. This is hypocritical. So start young, get your children disciplined and establish good screen habits. As we near the end, from the breakup of screen time for different ages, there are a few more important points to remember when dealing with screen in our daily lives. Whatever screen your children are watching, avoid giving phones. It's rather better to watch on bigger screens away from your eyes, an important screen habit. Watching screens so children will eat meals is a big no-no. Do not make these associations in the child's brain. It impacts their appetite and eating habits as well. Children then start eating because they want to watch TV rather than because they're hungry, or vice versa. They may be hungry but are dependent on screen for them to be able to sit and eat. All of these are not healthy eating habits, neither are good screen habits. Watching the screen to fall asleep or putting your children to sleep with screen time is a big no-no again. Whatever screen time you decide in your household, try and maintain a schedule. Trust me, these rules are difficult to lay foundation on, but once laid, they make your life a breeze. Children get used to not watching screen when bored and use their time to interact with friends, read, or play imaginatively, creatively. Engaging your child with board games and family times and maintaining uniformity with the screen times across the household will make it a successful effort. As we close, I would call out on all the adults to go and check your phone screen times and get a self-attestation on how much time you spend on non-useful stuff. If you are not a phone person and watch everything on laptops, tablets, and TV, check on those devices what are your hours are. These will be eye-opening for you and will show you how many hours in a day we spend without knowing and understanding on passive screen time. To maintain a healthy life for yourself and for your family, make small changes in your daily routine. Make your meal times devices free. Keep your weekdays screen times to maximum 30 minutes for everybody across the household. Make the screen times for family movie nights. Make these passive screen times interesting and change them to more engaging experiences. If this podcast makes you change your child's screen routine and include better digital habits and want some guidance on how to do it, visit the carouselexpress.com to read my blog on how to drop the screen time. Thank you for listening, and if you found this interesting, do share and subscribe to our channel for more such podcasts. Thank you and bye.